All right, here's the last in the series in the photo retouching. This deals with something called a lens correction filter. You'll see what I mean when we open up the new file that we're working with. Go into your lesson 7. We've been using this. You're going to go to 07D start. Hopefully you downloaded that from Edmodo as well. And here's a great example of what you see, what I mean when I talk about lens distortion. You'll notice these are pillars. Obviously, these pillars should be straight. This was a picture that was taken at a bad angle, and the curvature of the lens of the camera created this kind of distortion where the pillars are curled around the edges of the lens. So we're going to fix that real quick. We're going to go over to filter. We're going to go to lens correction. And basically you've got this screen here. It might take you a few seconds to get to it, but you've got this lens distortion screen. We want to move over here to the right and go to the custom panel. And let's pull up a grid here. I'm going to show the grid, and I'm going to make the grid a little bit smaller so we got a good sized grid going on, so you can kind of see how we need to straighten these pillars out. It's done real quickly by going over to the remove distortion, and I can either slide on this, or I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to type in a number like we've always done. We're going to go to 52. And you absolutely see what happens the minute you start increasing the distortion or removing the distortion in here. Straightens the whole thing out. Notice this one's a little bit straighter. I still got a little bit of bow in here. So what I'm going to try to do is we're going to fix this up a little bit too. I'm going to come back to scale in a second, but I got to go over to auto correction. I am going to unclick the auto scale image, which you might look at this and say, oh, we've really warped it now. No biggie, don't worry about it. Make sure edge is on transparency. I'm going to go back to custom, and now I'm going to scale this. We're going to drag this up to 146%. So I'm at 146%, which explodes that image. And that's about as good as I'm going to get on these pillars. But you can tell from this to the original, I have straightened it out tremendously. I go ahead and click OK. It applies the filter to the picture, and I've straightened out those pillars as best as I could. Make sure you save that one. We're all done on this one. Save that one to Edmodo, and you're good to go.